They picked on the wrong kid. Now they regret it. Have you ever felt like you were completely invisible? Like no one ever truly saw you for who you were until it was too late? Some people make the mistake of confusing kindness with weakness. They think they can step all over others, humiliate them, and walk away without any consequences. But sometimes they push the wrong person too far. This is the story of a boy who spent years being tormented by his classmates. To them, he was just an easy target, someone who would never fight back. But what these bullies didn't realize was that they were about to pay a heavy price for their cruelty. When the truth came to light, when the tables finally turned, regret was inevitable.
And now?
Get ready for a plot twist no one saw coming. The boy they thought was weak, Tyler, had always been the quiet one. The kid who kept his head down, avoided conflict, and did everything he could to stay unnoticed. It wasn't that he was weak, he was just different. While the other boys spent their afternoons playing sports, cracking jokes, and hanging out after school, Tyler? He would go straight home, burying himself in books and disappearing into his own world. But in high school, being different was the same as having a target on your back. For as long as Tyler could remember, he had been in the crosshairs of the school bullies. Every single day, they found new ways to make his life miserable. They tripped him in the hallways, stole his lunch, whispered cruel jokes behind his back, sometimes right to his face. But none of them were as relentless as Ryan. Ryan was the school's star athlete, tall, strong, popular. The kind of guy everyone admired, or at least pretended to. And for some reason, he had made it his personal mission to ruin Tyler's life. The final straw. One afternoon, as Tyler was heading to his locker, he saw them, Ryan and his gang, already waiting for him. Like always. "Hey, bookworm." Ryan sneered, snatching the novel from Tyler's hands. He flipped through the pages, smirking.
"What are you reading this time?"
"How to Be a Loser in 5 Easy Steps." His friends burst into laughter. Tyler clenched his fists, but he said nothing. He had learned a long time ago that reacting only made things worse. Ryan's grin widened. "Come on, guys, I think Tyler needs some help toughening up." Before Tyler could even react, Ryan shoved him backward.
Hard.
His books scattered all over the hallway floor. Students stopped to watch. Some were laughing, others whispering. But no one, not a single person, stepped in to help. Tyler swallowed his humiliation. He could feel his face burning, but he refused to let them see him break. What Ryan didn't know, what none of them knew, was that Tyler was not as helpless as he seemed. And very soon, they were all going to regret ever underestimating him. The setup. If there was one thing Ryan loved, it was being the center of attention. And if there was something he loved even more, making Tyler suffer. The school was buzzing with excitement. It was Spirit Week, and Friday's biggest event, the talent show. Students had signed up to sing, dance, and perform their best tricks, hoping to impress their classmates. Tyler, of course, had zero interest in participating. But Ryan had other plans. The morning of the event, Tyler walked into school like any other day until he noticed something was off. Whispers. Muffled laughter. People were pointing at him, snickering as he passed. Confused, he reached his locker, only to find a note taped to the door. "Can't wait to see your big performance today, loser." His stomach dropped. His name was on the talent show list. His heart pounded as realization sank in. Ryan had signed him up as a joke. And by the looks of it, the entire school already knew. Humiliation at its peak. The auditorium was packed. The stage was set. The crowd was buzzing with excitement. Tyler sat frozen in his seat, dreading what was coming next. Then, the host took the microphone. "And now, for our next performer, Tyler Walker." A spotlight beamed down on him. The crowd erupted, not in support, but in laughter. From the front row, Ryan and his gang whistled. "Come on, genius. Show us what you got." Tyler's legs felt like lead. He wanted to disappear, to sink into the floor and never be seen again. But there was no way out. The crowd chanted,
"Sing, sing,
sing." He reached the microphone, hands trembling, mind blank. And then, A loud, distorted noise blasted through the speakers. Ryan had sabotaged the microphone. The moment Tyler opened his mouth, an ear-splitting screech echoed through the auditorium, followed by a ridiculous, auto-tuned voice effect. The crowd howled with laughter. Ryan was doubling over, tears in his eyes. Best performance ever. Tyler stood there, frozen. Humiliation crashed over him like a tidal wave. This was it. Rock bottom. But what Ryan didn't realize, what no one realized, was that Tyler had just reached his breaking point. And when he hit back,
He wouldn't miss.
the awakening. Tyler walked out of the auditorium in a daze, the echoes of laughter still ringing in his ears. But something inside him had snapped. For years, he had endured their torment, told himself to stay quiet, to keep his head down. Not anymore. That night, he locked himself in his room, fists clenched. He could still hear Ryan's voice, still see the way everyone had laughed at him. But Ryan had no idea who he had been messing with, because Tyler had a secret, one he had kept hidden for years. Before moving to this town, before becoming the quiet, invisible kid everyone ignored, he had been someone else. Someone stronger. Someone unstoppable. Tyler's father had been a decorated martial artist, training elite fighters in self-defense and discipline. And from the moment Tyler could walk, his father had trained him. Every strike, every technique. It was all ingrained in his body. But after his father passed away, Tyler had sworn to never fight again. He didn't want violence. He didn't want to hurt anyone.
But now?
Now he wasn't so sure.